And the other interesting thing with Michele Bachmann is that 9 kids in 2 years have killed themselves in Michele Bachmann's district. And there are a lot of questions now about whether Bachmann's anti-gay positions and Bachmann's anti-gay allies have contributed to a mental health crisis. State public health officials in Minnesota have labeled this particular area a suicide contagion area because there's an unusually high suicide death rate. Many of those victims were gay or perceived to be gay by their classmates and were reportedly bullied. And as we know, there are anti-gay activists that are some of Michele Bachmann's closest allies, and they are constantly blocking crisis response programs and anti-bullying initiatives and clearly fostering a climate of intolerance that's allowing bullying to take place. And Michele Bachmann has said, I think for all of us, our experience in public schools has been that there are always bullies. There always have been. There always will be. I just don't know how we're ever going to get to the point of zero tolerance. And what does that even mean? What will be our definition of bullying? So Michele Bachmann basically saying, listen, bullying has always been a part of school, and it will continue to be. And we shouldn't legislate anything to change that, no matter how many kids kill themselves in my district. That's what we're hearing from Michele Bachmann. And you know what? I don't even want to get into all of the legislation that has been pushed through or blocked in some cases, depending on what's the most anti-gay thing to do in those cases. But
I mean, on one hand, she's right. What are you going to do about bullying? You can only do so much. But on the other hand, if they weren't quashing programs that might help these kids, that might have prevented a lot of these suicides.
I'm not saying allowing some of these initiatives to pass would eliminate bullying completely, but to resign yourself to the fact that because bullying has existed as part of the school culture for so long, we shouldn't even try to prevent kids from killing themselves, whether they're gay or not, because they're being called gay.
Yeah, I mean, numbers still speak for themselves. There's no coincidence that
absolutely
that this many kids is happening in where she is in control.
No question about it. So there's Michele Bachmann for you. Let's take a break, Lewis. On the bonus show, we'll talk about 2 exchange students who found hidden cameras in their apartment. It could have been the landlord who was spying on them. Pretty creepy stuff. A serial butt slasher strikes again. It's a bizarre story. And what are the worst paying college majors? All of that and more on the bonus show.